Hey, what's good? I'm professional trainer Coach Colin Castell, and today I wanted to teach you how you can score more points by mastering scoring in the kill zones. All right, so today what we're gonna do is I'm gonna tell you exactly what a kill zone is on the basketball court and how you can use them to your advantage to score more points. But before we jump into it, this video is brought to you by my guys over at the M1 Smart Coach shooting app.
Max 1 is absolutely changing the game with their Smart Coach AI shooting app. This is an app that's actually going to watch you shoot, analyze your jumper, and give you perfectly personalized feedback. Now, this is really the future of personalized shooting instruction, and one of the reasons why I decided to partner with Max 1 on this project. So now, instead of helping just one athlete at a time, I can help thousands and thousands of athletes all over the world using artificial intelligence and the latest cutting-edge technology. And when I say this technology is insane, I mean it's insane. I've been playing around with it for the last couple weeks, and I'm absolutely in love. So click the top link in the description down below or the first pinned comment to save your spot inside the wait list when we launch here very shortly. And every single athlete's going to get a free analysis if they do so. And to go one step further and make it better, anybody who signs up for the wait list is going to get instant access to my Tryout Academy series that I produced with Max 1. It's an academy that I put together to help you get ready to slay tryouts. From tips and tricks to ways to impress the coach, it's something that you're not going to want to miss because the information is crazy valuable.
All right, so what I want you to do is click the top link in the description down below and join the M1 Smart Coach app waitlist. That way, when we launch it very soon, you're gonna get instant access to get your free shot analysis right out of the gate. And in the meantime, you're gonna get 100% free access to my Tryout Academy. That way we can ensure you're getting the exact things you need every single time you have tryouts, right? All right, so let's talk about kill zones real quick. Kill zones are basically the hot scoring zones on the court where a lot of shots take place. Now, what's interesting is these kill zones are pretty unique. And depending on, your level, they're gonna change a little bit. But I saw this graphic from a guy named Kurt Goldsberry the other day. I'll pop it up on the screen right here. And basically it's showing the difference between, where most of the shots were taken in the NBA back in the day as opposed to now. And what you're gonna notice is there's some very specific spots where most of the shots get taken, right? They get taken in the corners, they get taken kind of at the top wing, and then they get taken at the top of the key. And then there's a big cluster right next to the hoop around finishing. You'll notice that there's not very many mid-range shots in there. And the reason for this is because basically shots come from how the defense plays, right? And so the big key now is that spacing is a huge, important part of basketball. Spacing away with shooters is one of the most important things. And if you can do that, you're gonna get a lot more shots. So to be, a truly effective scorer, you wanna score in these kill zones, right? The kill zones for me are the corners, the top, the wings, and finishing at the basket. So if I was you and I was, working on my game and creating a workout, I would try to make my workout to fit these kill zones. I would make sure I'm working on the corners, the wings, the top, and finishing in the middle, right? So if you can do that, you're automatically gonna score more points because you're actually gonna be training the shots that you get in real game scenarios. All right, so the first key to these kill zones is spacing, right? I touched on it just a second ago, but let's kind of take a deep dive on the spacing. Spacing is important on the basketball court because it's what gets you open shots, right? Think about it like this. If I've got a teammate who drives to the middle and I just stand in the same spot, my defender doesn't have as much ground to cover, so it's a lot harder for me to get an open look, right? So spacing basically just means you need to be able to move side to side or away, pushing towards the basketball or away from the basketball to get that proper spacing. If you notice these kill zones, the reason why you get a ton of shots at the top of the key and then also at the wing area where those clusters is because of spacing away, right? So think about it like this. If I'm down here where there's kind of a bare spot in the shot chart and somebody drives, I'm probably gonna fill up the lane to go get a shot that direction, right? Same thing, if I'm up high this direction and somebody drives middle, I'm going to slide into that direction, right? So most of these shots are coming from people sliding on drives, kickouts, backside movement, that sort of stuff. So really think about no matter where you're at on the court, you always want to space away because if you can space away, you're going to get a lot more shots. All right, so the next thing to really help you score in these kill zones is to really train a variety of finishes, right? Right now it's 2020. We need to have a bunch of different finishes once we get to the basket, so we have a bunch of different options, right? So if you notice that graphic, it's really tight around the basket, and so that means that you're trying to get in as deep as you can to get a good look, right? So back in the day, a lot of players would come in and they just work on their kind of standard, like, off hand, off leg, blah, pretend there's a string attached, all that sort of stuff. That's great. But now you got to work on different stuff. You got to have outside hand scoops, inside hand scoops, reverses, outside hand reverse, all that sort of stuff. You got to have a bunch of different finishes to your package. And then you've got to add in things like floaters and runners and kind of these mid finishes to kind of get shots over taller, longer defenders before you actually get to the rack. So what I would do if I was you, I would train a ton of different finishes every single workout instead of just working on like one or two, right? That's a big mistake that a lot of players make, is they might work on like one or two different options and then they move on with the rest of their workout. I would work on a ton every time because, as you can see by the graphic, a lot of the scoring today comes inside. All right, so the next key to scoring in kill zones is to only use mid-range as a last resort, right? So basically on points per shot, mid-range is kind of the worst one you can probably take. Now, I'm not saying never take mid-range, right? If it's the best shot available, that's fine. But what we want to use is use it as a last resort. Try to get into the paint, get finishes, get fouls, but use that separation in the mid-range as, you know, kind of something to keep the defender honest, right? If I've driven to the rack a couple times, then maybe I'm going to use my snatch back or pull back or something like that to get into my mid-range and use it kind of as that last weapon. So I'm definitely not saying don't train your mid-range. I know there's some angry coach in the comments right now. They're like, well, the mid-range is dead, blah, blah, blah. I get it. You should train your mid-range, just not a heavy focus. I see a ton of players and, you know, they'll do an hour and a half workout and like half of the time is working on mid-range, right? That's okay. Throw a little bit of mid-range in there, but don't, you know, make it kind of the center of the universe. We want to train these kill zones more than anything else, and then the extra time you have left over, you can fill in with that sort of training. So just make sure that you're using mid-range as kind of a last resort. You can use it to be a dynamic score, but it doesn't, you know, you don't want to have it be your bread and butter. All right, don't forget, if you want to optimize your own jumper using artificial intelligence, all you got to do is click the top link description down below to join the waitlist for our M1 Smart Coaching app. We're getting ready to drop it really soon. And don't forget, if you sign up right now for the waitlist, you're going to get free instant access to my Tryout Academy that's going to help you make the team and give you a ton of tricks and tips that are going to help you anytime you've got a tryout situation. All right, also, if you like this video, hit the like button, head to the comment section, let me know what you want to see next. And if you're new to Shotmechanics, pop that subscribe button, ding the bell notification, because we've got a ton of great content coming that you're not going to want to miss. Again, I'm Coach Colin Castello with Shotmechanics Basketball. Thanks for watching, and until next time, splash on.